Kintsugi is the Japanese art form of repairing ceramics and pottery with gold. It's about making that break a part of that item's history. Not about hiding the break, it's about filling it with the gold, making it beautiful and celebrating it. There is also a Japanese philosophy behind it called wabi sabi and it's about celebrating imperfections and also saying that nothing is ever actually perfect. Today I wanted to show you 3 items that I've recently purchased that are broken, and 2 of them I've decided to keep and 1 of them I have still going to sell. I wanted to show you how even if something is broken, sometimes it is still worth keeping. When we are out and about sourcing for the shop and sourcing for our home, we quite often come across broken items, and usually that is an instant no for me. We don't buy broken items. There are 2 main reasons for that. One is it instantly loses its value. Generally, if something has a chip or a crack or has something missing, the value of the item goes. And then second, if there is damage to the item already, when it comes to shipping it and getting it to its forever home, the risk of it breaking even more is quite high. We don't want it to completely smash on its way to you. Over the years now, there has become a bit of a different way of thinking when it comes to broken items, because I just cannot stand beautiful things getting thrown away completely, because that is what happens if these items don't get sold by the antique dealers. They then get smashed up and taken to the tip, which is just heartbreaking. I do now sometimes take a bit of a moment when I'm picking up an item to see whether it could have another life, even having that break, which those breaks are now beautiful. Those breaks are a part of the history of the item. First we have this handmade pottery bird. So when I found him, he did not have a broken neck, and I just thought he was so wonderful. It's made very simply. It has a very, very simple hand painted decoration on it. But he is just, as soon as I saw it just brought me joy. So when we got him home, I was getting items out of the van and sadly he rolled out, hit the ground and broke his neck. Normally I would then just put him in the bin, but because I liked him so much, I thought he was just adorable, we glued his neck back on. So yes, you can definitely see there is a break. There is no getting away from that. But I feel for me, it has added to his story. I have saved him because I just couldn't bear to throw him away. I wouldn't sell him. I don't think he's worth very much. But to me, it brought joy. So even if there is a broken neck, it doesn't really matter too much. I would absolutely love to be able to fill in the little cracks with gold, because that would make it look more beautiful and it would accentuate that crack and you would be celebrating the break. But it doesn't matter. I don't mind. He is what he is. He is with his broken neck, but it gave him a new lease of life. Then we have this Chinese cup mug. It is approximately 100 years old. It is bone china and it is hand painted with this beautiful design on there. But as you can see, what has happened, its handle has broken off. It was originally manufactured by a company called B&H and it was from their Peking range. It is over 100 years old, so it has quite a lot of history to it. That is quite a big break. So what has happened, you have now completely lost its original function. So if that was a plate and it had completely smashed in half, you wouldn't be able to do anything with it. You couldn't use it as a plate, you couldn't use it for decoration. Whereas this item, even though the handle has come off, it still has a purpose. You're able to use it for something. May not be its original function, but if you turn it round and it's on a shelf, you can't even see it. You can't even see that break. I did buy this again for myself, knowing that it had the broken handle, so that was already there when I purchased the item. It was 50p. It is a 100-year-old hand-painted item, and I just couldn't leave it there. To own something with that kind of history and age, just because the handle's not there, it doesn't matter. So to give it a new purpose, it is going to be holding my paintbrushes. Yes, it may not be quite big enough to hold my paintbrushes, but hopefully as I carry on painting and I get my smaller brushes out, I will be able to put those in there instead. But you don't have to use them for paintbrushes. You could use it as a pen pot, you could use it for trinkets, you could use it, you could always think a little bit outside the box. And okay, there is a break, you can't use it as a mug, but what else could you use it for? Use it for something else. You could even pop a little plant in there. Oh, that would look really lovely actually. Have I got any little plants? No, I don't think I have. Giving a item a new lease of life, giving it a different purpose. So the break again just has added to the item's story, and you are able to then give it a new little life. My last item is this Chinese horse. I'm not even sure what century this original design is from, because it is a reproduction copy. It is a pottery example, and it is handmade and hand painted with the design. It's something completely different. I've never seen one before, so I was instantly attracted to it. It's not quite my style, so it's not something I would keep, so this is definitely going to be going into the shop. But when I see something that's different, there is an appeal to it. As soon as I was told there was a break, you kind of go, oh no, oh what a shame, because the resale value goes, and the would people want to own something with such a severe break? So what has happened with this horse is that the whole leg broke off. The whole leg has broken off. So I ummed and ahed, but I still brought it home because it is something so different, and it is a substantial size. I think for me, when you are putting that on the side for display, you don't see the leg. You are the only person that is going to know that there is a break there. If that object brings you joy, does it matter if you know that there is a break, because no one else is going to see it? I think it's majestic. I think it's different. And yes, I bought it even though there was a break. I don't think everything broken is worth keeping. I think it's that gut instinct to you, whether you think the item, its history, its value, its repurpose is good enough for you to then have it in your home and for it to bring you joy. To be able to celebrate something that is broken, I think is just lovely. I think it's quite a lovely philosophy to have in life in general, and not just for antique and vintage items. I would love to know if you would buy broken things, and if you do, I would love to know what you have bought. If you love things that are vintage or antique and you're wanting to fill your home with beautiful things that have a story, then why not subscribe and follow along. Bye. Okay.